Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad you guys are here. We're back at it after a week off. Gave our guys a couple of days off as well as practice last week. So we took off Monday, practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then had Friday, Saturday off. And now back at it today. And guys look good today. They were energized and like they were refreshed and ready to go and finish these last 7 weeks of the season with a bang. And we're starting off with Rutgers, a good Rutgers team, a well-coached Rutgers team up at Rutgers. Any questions?
Harlon, when we saw you and Iowa last, you said you were going to evaluate the quarterback competition. I was wondering what direction you're going to go, if you still plan to start Noah or anything change there.
Great question. We're still evaluating it. It's a good competition going on, and you know, I'm doing my Belichick again a little bit right now, but we've you know, it's going to be good. Guys know where they stand and what's going to happen, and so we'll just leave it at that for now.
Well, the last couple of weeks in Iowa City, it kind of seemed like you guys were getting banged up a little bit. Did the bye week help with getting some guys back healthy?
Absolutely, it really did. It really did. It came at a great time for us, and we got a lot more guys back, and you should see some guys back out there on Saturday running around hitting people.
Hey, Coach, you said 7 weeks ago, last week during your bye week, I interviewed a motivational speaker. This is not a shameless plug. His name is DeAndre Carter. He's a Spartan alum, and he's done some work on campus. And I said, well, what would you tell the coach? And his response was, what story do you want to fight for? What story do you want to fight for? So with 7 weeks remaining, I'll ask, what story do you want to fight for?
Story, we're going to fight for just the respect and the honor of wearing the Spartan uniform and going out representing so many. We understand that we're representing a lot of people, and but at the end of the day, it's about us in the locker room and us trusting one another, being unified, and believing that we can go out and win each and every game that's left on our schedule. So we continue to have that type of mindset going throughout the rest of this season. We'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
With the 3 straight losses and all the other noise around the program, how much would this team just use a victory and the feeling of winning a game?
A lot. we would just a lot. I think it would be just great for us to get a win, and for the guys. I think we need it. Winning does a lot for people, and we definitely need to get that done. We want to get that done, and we're all striving to get that done for it. So to answer your question, it would do a lot for us, I think. And the guys, they're still working hard. They're out there, you know, with enthusiasm and energy on today at practice this morning, and so it's just. I just want to see it for them. I really do see it get a win for those guys.
The quarterback thing, is your reluctance to name one because you don't want everyone to know, or because you really don't know?
Because we don't want anyone to know, kinda, you know what I mean. But we're gonna you know, we know what we're gonna do, and we feel good about it, and so you'll see on Saturday.
Kind of looking back to the Iowa game when you got to parse through the film on both sides, what were maybe some of the deficiencies that you saw beyond maybe the quarterback play? And with the defensive side, how did they look when you watched it back in terms of getting the 3 and outs and doing things that you needed to stay in the game?
Well, they looked good. It looked like, you know, what you saw going in with the naked eye when we reviewed the film. There were some opportunities on defense where picks, you know, I can see Malik and I can see Cal. I mean, you know, opportunities. And we talked about going into the game. There are going to be opportunities. We got to take advantage of those opportunities. And we did on some. I mean, obviously, Angelo Gross had a great interception. Touchdown for Cal. Ball pops out when Simeon Barrow knocks the ball out, and Cal runs it for a touchdown. Awesome. But you're never satisfied. All right, now Cal catch the interception. Now Malik catch the interception. Those type of things would have contributed to us winning the ball game as well. And so, got to take advantage of all opportunities when they present themselves.
I was wondering what you thought of the run game, kind of moving forward as it's been building with Nathan, continuing to get the ball carries and you know, over 100 yards for the 3rd time I believe this year.
I love the run game. I mean, I'm still old school in that way that you have to run the football and then stop the run. That's still football. I know a lot of people don't think that because of people slinging the ball around, but you still have to run the football and stop the run. And so the way we're running the ball on offense and all that is outstanding. We just got to, like we said, the turnovers. We have to cut down on the turnovers. We do that, we win the previous 2 games actually because we outgained them in yards and time of possession and all of that stuff. But the turnover battle is what got us. And so we have to stop creating turnovers and start creating turnovers on defense and stop giving them up on offense.
Maybe going off that a little bit, I guess, but at the last couple of games, you've talked to us about some of those discipline things and that have cropped up. I'm wondering, with the bye week, a little extra time, how were you able to sort of drill into that and what sort of thing, whether you did something new or harping on the same things, just how'd you address that with a little extra time?
Well, we had reps at practice, and so last week, when we get a penalty report after practice, and so we started stressing that in the team meeting. If you were on the penalty report, you put up on the screen in the team room like your name, and you had to stand up, and we had the definition of the penalty. They had to read out loud what the false start and what false start means, and they had to do 10 push-ups in front of the whole team in the team meeting. So that's something to put more emphasis on it that we're starting to do, and we'll just anything to try to help. So we're gonna do that, continue to do that. Hopefully that helps, and then whatever if that doesn't, we'll just find something else to do. But we definitely have to stop doing that. I have to cut down on the penalties and beating ourselves, because that's what we've been doing the last couple of games.
I wonder if you took any time during the bye week to reevaluate. I mean, it's been a whirlwind 4 weeks.
It sure has.
Just to reevaluate or get away from it, or does a coach never turn it off this time of year?
Well, because we went out recruiting on Friday. I went out recruiting on Friday. So really Saturday was the day to kind of kick back a little bit, hang out with my wife. But you're right. That was the most downtime I had was Saturday to think about it a little bit. And I had, Coach D'Antonio had called me earlier in the week and said, just think about what's going on with you, man. You just thrown right into it. It wasn't like you got hired in December or January, had 9 months to build up to the season. And I never even thought about it until he said it, because it was just go. And I'm not an excuse maker. So it's like, go, okay, this is what we in, let's go win, let's go beat Washington, let's go beat everybody, right? But when you get a chance to sit back and think about it a little bit, you're like, okay, I see what the situation is. Let's learn from it, and then let's get better from it. So I told the guys, today is 7 weeks to go. Let's execute in everything that we do, on the field and off the field. Going to class, being on time to class, going to tutors, all of that, because that stuff ends up showing up on the field. Being on time to meetings, everything that we need to do, eliminate penalties. And so that's where my mind went, trying to help us just finish strong these last 7 games. So we're 0-0, we got a clean slate. Let's go 0-0 right now, clean slate. Let's go knock these next 7 out with everything that we have.
Let me guess, you still watch football Saturday?
Of course. Crazy like that, but college football is fun to watch, and you see things that people are doing, and this is fun to watch. I love football, and that's how it is for me. Yes, absolutely, I did watch some football. I watched The Equalizer 3 too. I like Equalizer movies.
Kind of similar along those lines, I'm wondering particularly the way that Iowa game transpired and the loss against Maryland. In your real first test as a head coach, how have you tried to keep the guys' heads together with how those games went? Is it a situation where you, like you mentioned before, have to point out, okay, we were this close, and what things do you do to keep them engaged and realize that they can win those 7 games?
That's a great question. Showing them how close we are. They see it for themselves, and so you show certain points in the games where, look, and they just kind of shaking their head like, we're right there. They can see it for themselves, and you just keep showing them over and over, and you're hoping that it gets sunk in so much so that when those times come in the actual game, the next game coming up, that they're, remember this, okay, let's go, and they're reminding each other, they're coaching each other up on things, and let's not beat ourselves, let's execute, let's focus even more, and so that's what you're hoping for. But you just continue to show it to them that they're right there. You're not just saying some fairy tale and just making things up. They're seeing it for themselves. Yeah, we are right there. We're right there. And so that's why they keep believing and keep trying and keep giving everything that they have.
Do you worry about a checkout factor, having a week off after that, or do you feel like they have revitalized?
They're revitalized. After seeing today's practice, revitalized. You always, I should say you always, I would think about the checkout factor like by Iowa. Now I think they're all in. They're all in. And we never really had any real checkout factor prior to Iowa or after. And when I saw that, I said, let's go. They're ready to go. Let's go. 7 weeks.
With uncertainty at the quarterback position, does that do anything to a locker room dynamic? Is it kind of a rallying cry, or is it maybe, is there a potential for a split in the locker room, or how do the guys react to that?
Well, the guys, they know that they just want to win. They want to win, and they know that we're going to give them the best opportunity to win with quarterback or any other position for that matter. And so, they all are teammates, and they all root for one another, and they all know that best players play, and we're all competing every day for our jobs. So I don't think there's a split in the locker room or anything like that. Guys just want to win football games. That's really all that boils down to, and it doesn't just boil down to the quarterback either. So they know it's all positions, and we show, like we was talking earlier, we show things where everybody could have done something better and made plays and did things. So it's not just the quarterback. So they understand that, and the quarterback is no different. Best players play, and that's how we're going to do it.
Is everybody, you mentioned the guys are sort of all in, or has anybody else jumped in the portal or notified you that they don't want to be a part of the rest of the season since the Iowa game?
That's a great question. I'm not a liar, so because something's not out there, but now I feel like I have to say it because you asked that question, but I don't want to answer it. But I will. So today, this morning, Jordan Simmons came up and said, he thinks he's going to jump in the portal. And so with that being said, he's off the team, and it wasn't nothing bad. He went home and talked to his parents over the bye week, and we said, okay, that's fine. So this is what he has available to him as far as football is concerned, and he's the one. That's it.
The other question, you talk about going recruiting Friday, and you've been recruiting for a lot of years. I'm wondering how different this is and what sort of questions and how you recruit in this particular situation.
Great question. So the guys I went to see were guys, one was committed, one was previously committed, but they both were great. So the one that's still committed right now, he was good. He was good. They're just trying to wait it out and see what happens. You know what I mean? The other kid that decommitted, even when he decommitted, said, "Coach, if you're there, I'm there." So there's no question. So I just got to I said, I understand. You're trying to make sure with his family and just, letting others know that he could possibly be going somewhere else. So it can be tough. I mean, if you're being honest, because you don't know what's really going to happen, and that's where they are, and you got to understand their situation. But they chose Michigan State. It's a great place. And I'm always going to sell Michigan State regardless if I'm here or not. So they can't go wrong in my opinion. But it can, you just got to figure out a way how to talk to people and make them understand that, hey, keep riding it out with us, be patient with us, and let's see what happens.
As an attempt to maybe get some more injury update from you, do you expect Malik, Carr, or anybody that was out against Iowa to be back this weekend?
I do.
Malik, what it was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then with the Rutgers, you faced obviously their quarterback Winsett and running back Kyle last year. I guess what do you take away from that? Because they both had pretty good games in here.
They're good football players, and they truly understand the scheme that Rutgers is running, and that Rutgers put them in position to be able to use their talents to the best of their ability. So good players, like I said, well-coached team. And Coach Shiama's been doing it for a long time, so they know what they're doing.
Harlon, coming into the year, cultivating leadership was like a big thing we heard around the program starting back in January. Just trying to find new leaders, develop new leaders. I'm wondering who are those guys that since the transition when you been in this job now, who are those guys that have been good leaders for you, and are those guys that you lean on a little more during a bye week just to keep everything?
Good question. Trey Mosley, Simeon Barrow, J.D. Duplain, Cal Holliday, Nick Samac. Those guys are doing a tremendous job. They're doing a tremendous job. Darius Snow stepping up. Now he's coming back. So Jacoby Windman. We talk about player led team, player than the coach led team, and those guys are really stepping up. And matter of fact, today after practice, Darius wanted a few minutes with the team himself, and he shared some things with them. So we stepped away as coaches and let him share. And it's something that he said he had talked to his dad about, and he felt like he wanted to share with the team. And so that was good. That was good. So leadership has stepped up, and especially at a time like this, it's very crucial, and they're doing it. They're getting it done.
You talked a bit about sort of your mindset for the past few weeks. Do your players sort of share that mindset, or how do you see them handling it?
Yes, because I continue to tell them, man, I feel like we can win every game left on our schedule, and I truly believe it. You can feel a person when they're saying certain things like, man, I don't believe it already does. And I think they feel me like that's how I've always been. So this is how I am, that's how I'm built. And so, and I'm always going to be that way. And so I'm just trying to, and they understand that. So they have a mentality of, let's go get it. Let's go get it. Their mindsets are in a good place right now. And we just need to go ahead and accomplish a win, get a win, accomplish the task at hand. And then when that happens, then we can catch momentum, more confidence, and then start playing even better.
A couple quick ones for you, just to harp on the quarterback situation, which I'm sure you appreciate. You said it's a good competition, but then you said you just don't want us to know. Is the competition over for this week?
Is it over for this week? You guys know how to twist words around pretty good.
No,
it's good. It's good. That's a good question. That's a good question. Possibly.
Fair enough. And then the follow-up on Fred, he said, how bad does the team need to win? How bad do you need to win?
How bad do I need to win? It's more for them, I guess. I know y'all say, well, yeah, right. But we all need to win. We all need to win. We all need to win, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but we get the win. I'm really, really fired up for the guys. I'm second, third dairy, if you want to say secondary, third dairy, fourth dairy. I'm down there, but I would be really excited for them, for sure.
You mentioned Jacoby. I guess there's a couple questions with him. One, can you discuss his injury that he's out for the season now? And two, what is his future? Because I think he has an extra year of eligibility left. Would he be able to come back next year for you? Or what has he discussed his future?
That's a great question. No, we haven't really gotten to his future, talking about his future moving forward. We know he is out for the season, and tremendous young man. He's a good dude. Some guys are just good people. He's a good dude, and he truly cares about his teammates. So wish him nothing but the best, and we love him still being around. Like I mentioned him as a leader, he's still around trying to help out as much as he possibly can. So we're glad that he's here.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. What players are tomorrow?